Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Bob's Woodshop. I got Allison back in the shop making a one-step stool. Stick around.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Bob's Woodshop. Today we are going to be making a one-step stool. Everyone who is vertically challenged, such as myself, really appreciates these. I have them all over my house, especially the kitchen and the closet, so I can actually reach more things than I normally can. This is actually one of my favorite projects that my dad's ever done. So let's get started. So my dad has been making these for years. We have Mdf Templates, so they're basically three main pieces. You have like 1, 2, 3, and then 2 support beams right there. The first one is this guy, who is in total 30 inches long. And this is the back leg and the handle, so everything's pretty much 8 inches other than 30, so 8, 8, 30. And then we have the step itself, which goes here. Okay, this part, that is 1 foot long, but it's 8 inches high. And then the front leg obviously is 8 inches high as well, so it is balanced. So my dad has already actually glued together the sapelli mahogany wood. It's currently 1 inch, and we're gonna plane it down to 3/4 of an inch. And we're gonna do that over on the planer. So the next step is we're going to joint one edge on the joiner, and then we are going to cut it to width on the table saw. So since all of the pieces are 8 inches wide, we're just going to use the template to set the vents. So now we're going to square up one end on each board using the chop saw. So now that we have the pieces down to the final dimensions, we can actually use the templates now and draw them right on. So now that we have these drawn, we can cut them down to size, and we can cut them on the bandsaw. So now we're going to cut the dovetails. No chicken tails and no ducktails, or ducktails, but dovetails. My dad's actually gonna do this part for me though. So you might actually notice that my dad is using a backboard so we don't get a chip out on the actual piece.
That's the chip out that you would get.
So now we're setting up the female dovetail for the back leg. So now we've used the template to make the male dovetails. So we just put the dry fit together, and as you can see, it's starting to actually take shape. So now we can bring it actually over to the bandsaw to cut out the curves. So now we're going to cut the curves out on the bandsaw. So now we're going to use a radius gauge to figure out the curves. So I actually think this is like one of the coolest tools. So you go like that, figure out which side it is, and put it back on here, and do one of these guys. Now we're going to drill a couple of holes so we can use the jigsaw. Now we're going to use the jigsaw. So now we are going to round over, round off, round out with the router table. And now for everybody's favorite part, sanding.
Okay, I'm getting ready for the glue up. I'm just doing a dry fit with all the clamps and the right angle holding fixtures, and just double check with this big tri-square in the back. So I'm almost ready to do the glue up. I'm just gonna get my glue stuff out and do that now. Okay, let's get the show on the road here. Damn, might not even need glue. I like using these French's bottles for glue. Dispensers works real good. Then using my flux solder brush, I always like doing that. Okay, just the right amount of glue. Get some of the swipe out. squeeze that off. Put this the correct way. Put the dovetail down. Ooh, tight joints. This is my favorite project of mine. Like I said at the beginning of the video, or Allison did, I've made dozens of these, probably 4 or 5 dozen over the years. This is a family and friend favorite, especially for those vertically challenged people in your family. I gave you a lot of dimensions at the beginning of this video. You're gonna have to make your own curves, but if you have any short people or women in your family, or maybe children that need to reach up a little bit, this is a fantastic project. And every time I give one of these, the recipient just loves it. He said, "Hey, Uncle Bob, you made that for me." All right, let's put these on.
So we're almost done. The last part of the build process is to cut the support beams, which are 1 1/4, 1 1/4 by 10 inches long. And we already mapped out where we're actually going to put the beams. And so when we end up screwing it or gluing it and screwing it, they're going to go right here, and then we're done after that. Now we're getting ready to drill holes for the drywall screws using these 3 drills. So lastly, my dad has already made the plugs to cover up the screws that we just drilled with a plug cutter like this. So we're gonna take one of the plugs, put some glue on there. And around the sides as well. Don't get really dirty, but that's okay. All right, now we're going to match up the grain and get this baby in there, which can be hard, but is good because that means it is tight and secure and it will look beautiful. All right, we're actually almost done. So we went ahead and sanded it. When I said we, I really mean my dad because I don't like it. And we made the plugs flush and did a little branding and a date, and even though it says Bob Amaranth's Woodshop, it's kind of a little bit Alice's Woodshop too. And now we are going to spray some lacquer on it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this project. It's been a ton of fun with my dad over the past few days. It is a beginner's project and it's extremely useful, so I highly recommend it. And if you really like this project, then stay tuned for some future episodes of Bob's Woodshop.
Hey, let's not forget those bloopers and outtakes.
So I hope you guys really like this project. I'm kicking stuff. So I hope you guys really like that project. It is great for beginners, and it's been really fun over the past few days with my dad in his woodshop, Bob's Woodshop. Click, what do they say? Smash, subscribe, hit that like button, whatever people say. Stay tuned.